All right, friends, we're heading into Darwin Falls area, and so I want to see if the theory of evolution is real in here. So, or evolution, you know, because we know that there is actually, I'm going to talk about that real quick, is that we do evolve. The species of mankind does evolve, and we actually can see the Mandela effect. There's some major changes to the body, right? Ribs move, modifying. It's spiritual evolution. And also, but we have, you know, so things like that. Oh, and the holes in the skull. My God. I mean, where these holes come from. And also the bone between behind the eye, you know, eye of the skull. Nah, because even when I was in college, we had models of skulls, and they actually had a real skull in high school of a human body, and that skull did not have a bone behind it. Kid you not. But even in the models that we used to look at in biology in college, that they were plastic replicas, and they didn't have it even then. Those. I'm trying to remember. No, I do not remember. Yeah. So anyway, so the theory of evolution. Now, so we do evolve to some extent, right? We see modifications. Even we know that we had a period there where we went, you know, we went from the giants in the biblical structure to people who were shorter back in the, they said, in the 1800s. You know, you still saw some tall people. Even Abraham Lincoln, he was tall, right? So we don't know how much that's true, but they said that the modern milk and the hormone stuff, that they've actually, you can look at the scale in the last generations, that we've gotten a little taller again. And I think it might be because of the hormones, like I said, in the milk and other things like that. Even young ladies, they said they develop breasts at a younger age because of the hormones and the other stuff they're picking up in milk, right? But anyway, so but there's so they didn't understand. They said they're trying to figure out why mankind was thing, but who knows, right? But anyway, so the theory of evolution. So I brought that up. So we're gonna check this out here, and oh, there's spiritual evolution too, right? Become more awake and stuff like that. The iPad Go 2 video actually shows a little bit of that. I know you gotta look at some of the iPad Go 2. It's both a negative and a positive in that thing, by the way. Most of it's evil, but it is about change and about changes that they're trying to do predictive programming with, right? It shows that mankind being a spiritual evolution, like a light bulb goes off in his head, more of a spiritual thing. But you can take it what you can. But anyway, so there is that form of evolution. I told you once before. Now, I don't know. There's so many theories of why. I'm asking why. No, that's an Enigma song. I didn't sing it very well, but I'm just asking why. You know, that's what we all know is why is this journey? I mean, it's been a good one. That, you know, why are we going through this? Why are we seeing all these signs and wonders? And, you know, we know there's going to be a reset, but I mean, but why? Why? And what is really, because we know we're kind of like in a simulation, right? But why? You know, I keep asking myself is why? And, you know, that's one of the questions is why. Well, anyway, I was heading somewhere with that. Anyway, so I'll be fast because you don't have time to listen to me babble. And I do appreciate you taking the time out to listen to these videos and stuff like that. If I can do a better job, just put a comment there, say, Kirk, less of this, more of that, right? Or let's talk this, that, because I don't want to be, I want to make it efficient. I want you to get good feedback, all right? Okay, so, theory of evolution. So spiritual, we do evolve as that as well. We evolve in flesh. You know, like you said, everything's really malleable in a sense. You know, and everything's about change. That's one thing you cannot stop. Change is going to happen whether you want it or not. Oh, and another thing I'm going to talk about that, I think when I was driving in here, what was it? Good thought I want to share with you. Well, I'll have to come to it later on, right? But just remember this, that change. Oh, it's the way we react, okay? I'm going to do a video about that, about, you know, we talked about, it's about reaction, and so change is going to happen whether, no matter what you do. Even if you sit on this rock out here or on these hills, change is going to happen by the seasons or some other kind of change. So you have to adapt to change, and you got to be adaptable, right? And that's what's important in anything, is we got to be adaptable, adapt to our environment, to the spiritual world around us. Whatever happens, you got to be adaptive, right? And that's what makes you different, because some of these people won't change, right? We know some ones that don't change, and they just stick to the they'll never change, right? People who are naughty, they don't change. You know, sometimes they do, but overall, people just get set in their ways. Don't be set in your ways. Be malleable. Be flexible. Be adjustable like that. You already have an open mind. Your mind, you're malleable with your mind, right? So just always be, adopt change, right? Now, I'm going back to the, now I don't want to go back to that right now. I was going to talk about the evolution again, because I'm all over the damn place. There's a guy that was, he knows in the simulation theory, kind of. I mean, it's Hoffman, a physicist. And also he's a philosopher or whatever, right? Theologian. Well, anyway, he talks about this is a test, that you're being tested to see, because the ones who survive this, who can take the mental adaptations and the struggles and the triumphs and see the changes, that we can see that we're in some kind of simulation, or see the Mandela effect and see all these other things, that is part of the what they want to carry forward in the reset. Now, what's true or not, I know there is extinctions, mass extinction and things like that, and I don't want to freak you out, but you know, but then also seen resets where we saw that the mud flood, they just rebuild and drop people into these already built buildings or cities over cities. So I can't answer those questions, right? Because I'm telling you, I'm just doing what the only thing I can do is best from what my brain, the data that's fed into this programmed mind, you know, kind of a computer. The only thing I can see is the data that's fed to me, and that's through my eyes, my senses, right? And what I read and stuff like that. And everybody can be a bullshitter, right? And that's what I want to talk about, though, real quick in the simulation. It's kind of cool, though, because I think it goes deeper than that. That it's like we're all, like, told you to live in your story, your life, and your book, right? But in that story, your life, and your book, that when I was growing up, there was a, and I'll do another video at this, that you had this, and somebody else actually mentioned it once too, there on the same page as I was, that it's kind of like you choose your adventure books. I first saw those, kind of fixed where you had to choose your adventures going along. I think I mentioned it once before, that you choose your adventure, right? And so you do have some free will and choosing which pages. That change is going to be forced on you. You're going to have to flip that page, right? So the way they used to work was, say, on page 10, it says make a choice of whether you want to go in the Death Valley Canyon, or if you want to go back to civilization, let's say like Los Angeles, right? So I chose Death Valley today. So now they're gonna work with me, and this is kind of my adventure book. Thank you, all you evil and good ones, and gods, and creator, and all that, right? Because thank you for, this is gonna be adventure today. I know it, right? And so anyway, so it's choose your adventure. So you do have some free will, because you know, and but we're still kind of in the script and things like that. So you're kind of like in this book, right? Which is cool, though. I can accept that, right? All right. And by the way, they kind of do know the future. I'll talk about that later again, because I've already seen things today. They already knew where I was going to be before I got there. Now, that's what freaks me out. That always freaks me out, that they already knew ahead of time. And I can explain to you that sometimes if you make a left turn, right turn, that changes, they have to be flexible. They have to recalculate, regenerate things around you to put you back on track, or back on that storyline. Okay? Hope that makes sense. All right. Love you all. Take care.